the Trump administration has fired a member of the National Security Council. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman was an important witness in the US president's impeachment trial, which wrapped up earlier this week. With more on this story, North America correspondent Catherine Diss joins us now from Washington. Catherine, who is Lieutenant Colonel Vindman?
Good morning, Joe. Well, he was, until a few moments ago, the Director of European Affairs for the United States National Security Council. And as you mentioned in your introduction, Joe, he was a significant or a top expert to Donald Trump's impeachment trial. He was a decorated combat veteran and a top Ukrainian expert. He came to national attention back in November when he gave evidence to the president's impeachment trial to do with the Ukrainian scandal. He testified at the time that he felt it was a sense of duty to report his concerns to superiors on a couple of occasions to the White House's Ukrainian policy. He described at the time being deeply disturbed by the actions of the president and his inner circle. The colonel first raised his concerns regarding the president's phone call on July 10. He was among a group of Americans meeting at the White House with Ukrainian officials. And leading up to this, people familiar with Mr. Vindman have said that his duties in his role have been curtailed since he gave evidence to that impeachment trial. Rumours have been swirling all day today that his tenure in that position was going to be cut short, and we've now just got confirmation that he's been escorted off the grounds of the White House, told his services were no longer needed, and this has just been verified in a statement by his lawyers.
Catherine, in the past, the president hasn't been shy to fire people, so is this a surprise move?
Not at all, Joe. We already know that the president wasn't happy with Mr. Vindman. He's previously criticised him, attacked him for giving evidence, mocked him for giving evidence in his military uniform, and also labelled him a never-Trumper. This morning, the president was asked about Mr. Vindman and asked whether he wanted him to go after those rumours did start to emerge. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, I'm not happy with him. You think I'm supposed to be happy with him?
I'm not. Is he gonna leave?
They'll make that decision. You'll be hearing. They'll make a decision.
And as you just heard there, Joe, the president certainly wasn't happy with Colonel Vindman. Shortly after making those comments to reporters outside the White House, the president started to retweet old comments calling for him to be fired ASAP. Mr. Trump had been warned not to fire Mr. Vindman until after the impeachment trial proceedings had wrapped up. Of course, he's now been acquitted on both articles of impeachment. So it's probably safe to say, Joe, that the president feels emboldened to be able to do whatever he wants to do. And obviously that's what he's done today. He's taken matters into his own hands. And it's probably important to note that that Mark Esper, the Secretary of Defence, had previously said that anyone giving evidence in this impeachment trial would not be punished, but that's not to be.